Welcome back, Georgina. Well, we all like to get our teeth cleaned, right? Right? And how would you feel if I told you that you didn't even have to leave your house in order for that to happen? You probably would be pretty happy, right? Well, you're in luck because we are so pleased to welcome Jennifer McCrae from Pristine Clean Dental Hygiene. I got that right, Jennifer?
Yeah.
Excellent. Welcome to the show. So tell us exactly what Pristine Clean Dental Hygiene is.
Well, first of all, thank you. So Pristine Clean is my own independent dental hygiene practice. It's a mobile practice where I bring everything that I would need to clean your teeth right to your home. So I have a chair and a light and all the tools needed so that you can be comfortable in your own setting while getting your teeth cleaned in a professional way, much like the dental office.
That's fantastic. I mean, I know myself, when I go to the dentist, sometimes I would prefer actually to be in my own home. But Jennifer, tell me what the basics are in order to keep your teeth clean, because the teeth are really important, correct?
Absolutely. Most people somewhat understand, but don't fully understand that the mouth is the connection to the rest of your body. So some of the best things that you can do for yourself is what we call the bacterial removal of teeth. So basically, what is that? It's your basic brushing and flossing are the two huge principles to make sure that your mouth is functioning well so that you're able to eat the foods that are going to nourish the rest of your body. So brushing is the number one thing, so important. Brushing for 2 minutes twice a day. I get questions a lot from people, should I use a manual toothbrush or an electric toothbrush? And I tell a lot of people it doesn't matter. A regular old manual toothbrush is perfectly fine. When we're brushing our teeth, the biggest thing is that making sure that we're hitting all places of our mouth. So there's not just the teeth, which is what people forget. There's the teeth, there's your gums, there's your tongue. So it's super important to make sure that when you're doing your brushing, that you're doing all of it, brushing the teeth, making sure you're touching the gums, and then also getting the floss in between your teeth. So a lot of people seem to forget that when we're brushing, that there's actually 5 sides to your teeth. So you have the cheek side, you have the top, and then you have the inside here. So really when you're brushing, you're only hitting the 3 sides of your teeth. Well, there's 2 more sides, either side of your tooth, which also gets missed if you're not also flossing. So when your hygienist is always on you about asking you to make sure you're brushing and flossing, it's because we need to make sure you're hitting all 5 sides of your teeth. So you can either use your floss sticks or you can use your regular string floss. Whichever works for you, I tell people as long as you're getting it in there, that's the most important thing. So the biggest thing to make sure when you're flossing is that when you go in between the teeth, I'll show you here, that you're also turning your floss and going up and down so that you're hitting both sides of the teeth as well to make sure all surfaces are fully cleaned. And this should be done minimum 2 times a day. Now, with everybody being home in lockdown, let's try for 3, make it extra clean.
So in other words, it's not good enough to just go up and down with that floss.
No. So the biggest thing that we say to people is picture your teeth want to come together nice and tight. The gums are like the peak of a mountain in between your teeth. We want to clean on either side of that peak as well. So by giving the floss a little bit of a turn and a pull, you're really getting underneath the gum line to make sure everything is getting cleaned out.
Right. Now you mentioned the tongue. Now, why is the tongue important and how can we actually clean our tongue?
So with your tongue, it's full of bumps, right? You have all of your taste buds and everything in there. And people will have little grooves on their tongue. Everything that you eat can get stuck on there, which can cause bad breath. So it's super important to make sure that when you're brushing your tongue, I wish my mouth had a tongue in it, that you make sure you start right from the back and just brush all the way forward. So brushing your tongue from the back to the front. And also you can go around in little circles to give it a really good scrub to make sure that that's really clean as well. Remove as much bacteria from your mouth as possible, at least twice a day, every day.
Wow. Now, I have another question for you. Nice, quick question. How do we actually clean our toothbrush after we use it? Because I can imagine that your toothbrush then would have some bacteria and stuff, especially from your tongue.
Absolutely. So it's a great practice to get into changing your toothbrush at least once every 3 months or after you have a cold. When you're brushing your teeth on a daily basis, just taking your toothbrush and rinsing it under water is usually enough. Some people find that if they get a little bit of a tickle, they'll rinse it in some mouthwash as well, just they feel like they give it that little bit of an extra clean.
Gotcha. Now, how do you feel about mouthwash? Should people be using that and how many times a day?
So mouthwash comes down to personal preference for a lot of people. I enjoy using mouthwash, and I know I encourage it for certain people. And it all depends on your circumstances. Alcohol-based mouthwash versus a non-alcohol-based mouthwash, and it really comes down to patient-specific, depending on what I recommend for people. I think the swishing around afterwards and a nice spit out also helps to give you that really fresh feeling everywhere else that you're not able to brush off.
I love it. So if you had one tip, what would it be?
Just make sure you're brushing and flossing every day.
Fantastic. We cannot thank you enough for all of this great information. Now, how can people actually get a hold of you if they want some tips or tricks or just to have you come over?
You can contact me through my Facebook page, and that's usually the easiest way, or to call.
Well, that's easy. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. I love all this information because it's really important to take care of our overall health by taking care of our mouth. Thanks so much again. And you know what, Georgina? Don't go away. Lots more coming up on Georgina Life.